Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG vanilla server, hanging out here at Spawn, and this server is for the FTOG supporters, people that have been good friends of the FTOG group for a long time. And server's been around for 117. We've upgraded it since it's now 120. And here at Spawn, there's the Spawn portal. Torgal's got a shop over there. There's my cat house where, yes, I literally sell cats. And different people have different stuff here. But I'm going to jump into the portal real quick because I want to get to my base. One of the things we did when we set this up initially was we decided to stay very close to spawn, within, I can't remember, 1,000 blocks. I think it was 1,000 blocks, and I found the spot just north of base that I thought was or spawn that I thought was a good place. There we go. And if we take a look at the map, nope, wrong thing. M is the wrong button. J, this one. Anyway, so spawn is just right down here, and due north is my little base, and I've lit up with torches this entire area here just to make it a safe spawn area. Well, a safe base area for me. And then I also made some bases, floating islands, because I do, and there's a little witch hut that I set up a farm at. So this is the inside of Grokberg. And I tend not to make little smaller rooms. I tend to just keep it open. Really crappy storage. Here's my bulk smoker for turning kelp into the dried kelp, so I can use that as a fuel. Although not that I really need that since I have access to lava. And I've got lots of lava. I'm going to put on my armor and my elytra. And this area was built using a standard formula of mine. I found this top of this hill. Let's go outside just real quickly. I found the top of this hill and kind of leveled it out some. And then I just started marching around the outside, said, okay, this is an edge, this is an edge, and then built up from there. Some places become kind of vaulted areas, and then it goes higher and higher up. A couple things worth pointing out. If I go up, one of the things that I set up pretty early on was this little cobble and smooth stone area. So I could just sit here, I'd wedge something. I would bind the key to K. That's typically the key I use. And then I would just stand here and just let it, make cobble for me. This is back when I had crappy tools, and it would just, make the cobble and the smooth stone. Now that I've got silk touch, is much better. This just grew organically. I kept going, okay, now what? This is an alcove. This has a pinched off piece here. There's a room up above here that I don't know what to do with. There's another room here. This is where I get all the lava, so I really don't need kelp, but I'm using lava, to make that. Another room up even higher up, and I think I've got a little spire on top of this. I was just having fun building kind of like I do. I really like 2x2 or 3x3 wood floors. It's just one of those things that pleases me. And then I also have the no torches on the ground rule, just because I like having stuff that's not torches. That's just me. Anyway, one thing I do have over in this corner is a pathway all the way down. I'm down at Y0 because that's as far as we could go when I set this up. That's where I dug out a lot of resources. I've got 4 chunks, so 2x2 chunks down there, and some strip mining that I'm taking care of. Little beginning farm, tree farm, fishing, all those were good. Oh, I forgot I planted that jungle tree over there. It's been there for a long time. Just gathering various woods. Middleclaw was swimming by on his boat every so often. He was saying, you need a lighthouse over here. So I said, okay, let me make a lighthouse. And this goes down even deeper in there just for fun, because, that's what I do. Over here, I need to corral you and move you along. We got some pigs and cows and various animals and some skeleton horses. And that's where I have my sugar cane going for right now. But let's get over to the floating islands. It's hard to see if I have something on top of that. Okay, let's see if I can actually fly with my elytra, because I'm not really... Okay, yes, it did work. I'm not really good with the elytra. Nope, I didn't put a spire on there. It's well, sort of. It's just this little building slot here. Dunk. Uh, so it's... I fell all the way down here. So just having fun. I guess I can't jump up there. This is the room, and that's just a little bit on top of it. But floating islands. Oh, I love floating islands. I want to... There we go. I have problems with my elytra, but I don't have problems making floating islands. I love floating islands. And I started down at my original base, and I stair-stepped up with grass up to here, and I think about to this level, and decided this would be my main island, and just put down some scaffolding and some dirt rings, and started building this up. And then I like making floating islands, so I have various little floating islands. This is the nether section, and beyond that the end section of islands. I have some more floating islands here for fun, with cascading water streams going down. And while it's pretty, and it is, this was made so that I could get back up here, because I fell down a lot when I was doing this. And so this is my non-running back to base and taking the portal back up to here. Speaking of portal, in the clock tower, there is another portal. So that's a quick way of going back and forth. And I set that up before I got my elytra. And I do like that design. That's Madness 64's clock tower design. He did it with regular stone, and I like deep slate. So that's what I did. Little bridges connecting these areas. Okay, run. Not stagger. Over here, because again, floating islands. This floating island connects to this floating island, which is my villager hall. And I've got lots and lots of villagers in here. And I just noticed I don't have a lightning rod up here. I do have some there, which is probably close enough, but I like putting a lightning rod on top of each of my buildings, especially if there's villagers in there, because they'll get turned into witches if they get hit by lightning. Ask me how I know. All right, so there's the villager hall. I also have this little ship here, pirate ship distress, just because it's fun building, various things. And I imagine this flying pirate ship flew up and docked here, and why not? More floating islands, because fun, and I just enjoy them. I could spend all sorts of time making floating islands. This thing here, it's hard to see because it's so tall up. It's a golem iron farm. The golems spawn up there, they drop down, they get burnt, they give me iron, which is very nice. And then let's run over here. I'm double clicking and it gets that weird jerky. It's like it doesn't see that I'm running full speed. Anyway, up here you can see this is kind of like an alien ship came down and it's shooting down this laser beam, and you can see the blue light rings coming down and dropping golems to attack, but I'm burning them up. And there's this other red-based aliens coming down, zapping that one. It was fun building. Right now I'm going, I don't like it because it's the wrong theme for this area. These, you got advanced aliens, and everything else here is kind of medieval sort of looking. So I'm going, it's the wrong, yeah. But this means I need to do a lot of work to move the stuff over, because there's another iron golem farm up there, and they drop down, get pushed over a little bit, and then they drop down here. I would like to fix this and get rid of all of those. And because the build height, see, I double tap forward. That's pretty good. If I double tap forward, yeah, that bugs me. Okay, so that I want to fix. Let's run over and take a look at my animal island. And the animal island, I need to make some changes here. I've got plenty of, you know, of the chicken droppings here. I've got not so much pork, but I'm getting some. This works out really well. I just don't want to have these many animals around. I'll get rid of them. And this is my colored sheep farm, and that works. I need to figure out a way to kind of automate these guys so that they, I think they're each in, yeah, they're each in their own little railway system. Uh, I'm curious if I could set up something where they cycle around over grass that would allow them to eat. I'm assuming they may eat if they're moving, and then I could just stand in a place with my shears and just harvest them as they go by. Maybe. I don't know. I'm curious to see. The golem farm here is probably the most complex thing I've got set up. Plus we got those things way up here, but this is Zumbovoid's silo for storage. I've used it for many years and I like it. I just wish they wouldn't be so noisy. So if we go up here, and I love scaffolds. Scaffolds are so nice. They're dying up there a little bit, and they get brought down to here, and they kind of pass through. This is an item filter for iron filter, and then everything else, which should be just the poppies, comes down through here. In this area, those two iron streams combine here, where they get spit out through this item. Yep, it's spitting them out into a water stream over there. The poppies go through here, and this I just set up earlier today. I was just dropping them through to a dispenser down here that I was spitting them out, and they would just decay. But right now, what they're doing is they're being turned into the bone meal. Because I figure, hey, free resources, why not? Now, we go up a little bit on this one. There's a water stream here that the iron gets spit into. There we go. There it goes. It spits them up, and it more or less 50-50 splits them between the two silo streams. It's not 100%, true, because there's iron there and less iron here. Yeah, that's very much what happens. But the iron starts up here and kind of works its way down through this hopper chest stream, and then eventually works its way through hoppers to a barrel that I can easily access from outside. And if I need more iron than 2 barrels full, I can come into here and I can grab iron blocks, iron blocks, iron blocks, iron blocks, or iron blocks. So this has been very productive. I need to get a new block to fill up that area because it's no longer filling into here. But I'm happier to not have that stuff sort of disappear, get it actually used. I do need to make sure that I don't let that back up, because that would be bad. I'm just going to sleep here real quick. This is a general all-purpose storage area. Sleep right there. Yeah. Middle clause going, what? Because just earlier, a trader spawned here. I will often just kind of AFK here, so I'm under cover. And a trader spawned. I checked and said, nope, you don't have anything I want. Chop, chop, chop. And unfortunately, because I've got sweeping edge on this, it killed my cat Frank that was here, as well as the trader and the 2 llamas. So that made me sad. But poor Frank. How are you doing, Frank? Frank's doing fine too. All right. So that's what I'm doing here. There's 2 things. Okay, I lied. There's 3 things I want to do. One, I would like to set up a major base building up here, because the building down there is nice and all that. Oh, can't really see it. Stupid jerkies. It's nice and all that, and I do like it a lot. Oh, you can see the lighthouse better there. I do like this. However, I want to go ahead and move that or put a building up here that's good and tall. I want to change this setup. The aliens bug me. So I need to decommission the 2 iron farms, and then I think move the villagers over. I need to center them on or at least the kill part, I need to center on that center column way up there. So the iron golems come together, they get killed, and it drops straight down the items rather than having the shaft for the golems. I think I would like that better, just to get rid of these. So big building, that, and a storage room, because I'm looking here going, maybe I can incorporate the storage room into the building, but no, I'd rather have that in a separate building. I probably will put the storage sorting stuff off of this area because it's empty. And we've got going down, island going up, up. That's kind of up, up. That's down. I think probably up. An island over here that'll be my storage area, possibly right off of this spur that comes out. I don't know. I have to figure out. So, item storage, mega base, and cleaning up my golem farm because I've got plenty of iron. I don't really need this. It's just fun having that. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing next, particularly since I'm kind of in between series, just finished Kabbalah Block 1, and I don't really have something that I'm interested in jumping on right now. This needs some love. This base needs some life. I did fail to show off these 2 iron farms, so let's see if I can get up there. No? I shouldn't press it so often, but I'm still really trying to get used to the elytra mechanics. I'm just not really good at it. All right, so it's so much easier than having to make a stack of these, well, multiple stacks of the scaffolding from way down there up to here. So what I do have is an entrance up here. This, I do kind of, let's see. There we go. I do kind of like the flying saucer feel on this. I do like that, but it's the wrong setup for the more medieval sort of setup that I've got here. Ouch! I shouldn't have jumped out. Anyway, so this is, if you've seen other series that I've done, this is a vanilla mechanic for spawning golems that I've done before, and I like it. Off the top of my head, I don't remember who demonstrated it. I found it on YouTube, and I've got these different villager pods. I've got 4 of them, and these villager pods with 3 villagers each in here. They're all happy, right, Frank? Frank. Yep, they're all happy in here. But the zombie, when he comes by, scares them. Here, I'll enable it to go. Each one has this setup of this redstone here. You see the lights kind of dimming on the redstone. It's a little timer that keeps him next to them. And he appears, he scares them, which, if successful, will spawn a golem up there, and that water track should be the only place the golem will spawn. And that didn't work. Do we get a golem over here? Waiting. It's not always 100% successful, and there's some specific spawning rules, and I don't know why, but maybe because, there's one. Because of sleeping rules, and there's a whole bunch of reasons as to why the golems appear. But in any case, they all get, hey, you're not supposed to just linger there. How did you do that? Oh, now he went down. Yeah, if there's golems nearby, they won't spawn. There's, like I said, there's a bunch of rulings for that. I don't see how he could have not fallen through, because the water stream should push, and because the water stream is right there at the edge of these stairs, it should push him in. Yeah, not sure. I do have this piece here that I can flip. In fact, I will do so, because the golem will spawn and then he'll come down and he'll stop here. And because that golem is close enough to the pod, there shouldn't be others spawning. In fact, I'm not seeing him spawn there at all. Ouch. I am also going to turn off this. There we go. That will pause him there. And it's not 100% off switch in that as he keeps scaring that group there, new golems will spawn. But that's what this is here to stop them. So no more should spawn once he cycles all the way around. Oh, let's get out of here. And don't I have featherfall on my boots? Yeah, I do. I just keep bonking myself. All right. Hey, I'm missing some tiles here, or the carpets. Am I missing more? I'm missing another one there. What? Huh. Because I want to have everything carpeted so golems don't spawn up here. Evidently, this is far enough away from the spawning spots. There we go. This one here was the first one I built. And it's a slightly different plan. Let's see if I can do this. Yes, landed. And you can see the laser beam comes down. It's attacking this one. That's kind of the idea. Anyway, let's get into here without burning myself. And this setup is a different one. Again, you've got a zombie that scares. Oh, two of them just spawned. Perfect. A zombie here scaring the villagers. And they've got beds, but if they sleep, the only place they can reappear is in that spot with the water, which gives them eye line sight to the zombie. So they're constantly afraid. The golems spawn up here or down in this water area, and that pushes them all in. The other golems fall through here and then get pushed in. The real thing to watch out for here is making sure there's no spawnable spots for the golems. Oh, they just respawned another pair. And just making sure there's none of them around here. Stop fighting it. You know you want to fall in. As long as this guy is here, no new golems will spawn. Which means because there's occasional golems from above raining down, while those are here... Oh, he fell down. While those guys are transiting, these guys won't spawn any golems. So it's not 100% efficient. It's okay. I've got lots of iron. But the center of this one, going up through the golem, that's where I want the items to drop through, downstairs. But not right now. All right, time to get out of here. And can I sneak through without getting burnt? Yes. All right. So yeah, the other way I had before the elytra. Okay. I'm still not used to this. Let's swoop down. The other way was for me to come over here. No, was to grab some scaffolding and scaffold my way up there to get to them. Yeah, it'll be much nicer when this is all torn down. And it is update time. I've done a whole bunch of work all this day. Minus, well, okay. It was also work going outside and raking up all the clippings that we did off of the trees and rose bushes and whatnot. But not Minecraft work, so it doesn't count. Anyway, what I've done here is I've moved over the killing area and all the accoutrement that is necessary so that everything appears to be working. I've cycled Frank here around, and that seems to work. Each one has this little off switch here. You know, if I just click that and give it enough time, it will turn off and send him on. And each one has it so I can lock them off. I've got a lot of the leaves reclaimed from over in that section over here to give me walkways and hopefully areas that I can come up and fly and land on. I did add this little spot here to climb up so I can get up to the top here. So, you know, that is locked off for right now. All the others are open. You just always have the ability to turn things off. And then I have 2 lava areas for killing. Let's go down. All the way down. Come on. All the way down. I said all the way down. Yes, there we go. This is the area where all these hoppers come together into the dropper here, and then this is the slower, less noisy method of dropping them. And what it'll do is it hits this cobweb that I snagged from one of the mine shafts, and every time I find them, I snag them because they're very handy for exactly this. Because if I didn't have the cobweb, this would spit out the items with a slight trajectory in all directions. And I either need to feed it a solid shaft all the way down, or with this, it just gets centered and they drop down, which is exactly what I need. Eventually, this one's going to go away. And where's my hole? Yeah, here's the hole going down. I'm going to have to slowly dig my way down and get rid of this all the way down. But that's for a later bit of work. Right now, I'm not having them move around because A, I really don't have anything to transport the items down. And B, I should connect this. B, also because I'm getting a few golems to spawn in weird areas because they don't spawn up here because it's build height and too far away, but it's hard to see. Yeah, see these little areas where the track was, they'll spawn there occasionally. So it's not quite ready for prime time, which means I need to start chopping this down some more. And do I have a good shot? No, I can't. Sit there and store the stuff down here. So many blocks of concrete, and I have gotten some a little bit of testing to make sure that it is working. So yeah, it's taking a bit of time, but this is moving over, and I think this, I'm gonna get rid of the bottom one as well. This one should work just fine for what I need. All right, back to chopping up more stuff. You stay there, Frank. It's progress report time, and if we look up there, the red saucer is gone, and trimmed down the top of this the blue saucer. It's gray, but it's got blue, and yeah, that works very nicely up there. The center beam, that's not a waymark, the beacon that I put here to sit there and show exactly where things need to drop, because that's the center of the shaft below. Anyway, I need to dig this down a little bit more, and golems keep spawning, and so it's time for me to kind of deactivate this. So I don't need these villagers here anymore. I've got plenty up there, and that should be working just fine. And there we go. And then this poor guy is bouncing around all excited. So let's do something with him. Let's go here. That's close enough. Bye, Frank. And away he goes. All right, so that should deactivate this. And now I need to tear this down. And unfortunately, this part, the saucer part is easy, but if I look down carefully, there are these concentric rings, and those are more of a pain to get rid of. But that's what I need to do. I'm also curious to see if my pick here will let's see, 786. I'm gonna have to repair that before I go. Oh, and I'm really full. Yeah, okay, I can't, I need to get rid of some of these items down below. All right, that's what I'm going to do, is just keep digging this up. And just in time for night. I think everything is done. If I look down, I can't see anything anymore. Far more hacking and chopping than I really wanted to do, but that's okay. I want to enable this by, let's just open that up so he can start falling down, and that should start the chain reaction in that stuff here. Yeah, should get dispensed out as soon as he dies. There he goes. And you can see there, I see a poppy and some iron. They're bobbing there. So after a while, they will slowly drop through all the way down. Oh, and I can see it from up here. And yeah, there's a little center dot. That's where it should drop. I left the 3x3 of hoppers down there. I just covered them with white and a single gray carpet. I can just barely see it from up here. I do need to start the zombie going. So let's turn this on. Hi there, Frank. And so Frank the shoveler here, yep, that is a shovel, is going to go ahead and start cycling around. There he goes. And hopefully we should get a golem each time he cycles around. You know, there's rules and whatnot, and so it's not 100%, but most of the time it's pretty good. Let's see. No, oh, nope, we got one there. You're just noisy. There he goes. Oh, we got one there, so we're 3 for 3. All right, let's check out this last spot. Sorry, guys. And let's see what the last group does. Oh, yep. So we're 4 for 4. Good. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. And these guys are just going to slowly vent out their stuff. Let's hop down and take a look at. There's not much to look at. All the flying saucers. Let's put the rocket. So if we look back, all the flying saucer stuff is gone, and I'm kind of okay with it being gone. And I did put in place kind of this little crown, leftover bits that I had, so that the stuff should drop right into there. And here, let's stop. There we go. I'm getting a little bit better at this. I fell twice. Oh. I can see it from here on the stairs, but when I'm down on this island, I can't. That's okay. I kind of like that. Oh, but I think I can see I saw a little glimmer of what I guess was the minecart moving around, or possibly the golem dying. Yep, it was the golem dying. All right, so I've got 3 of the 5 things full of iron. I need to condense that back down. Let's take a look in here. I could hear that just dispense out some stuff. This has produced some bone meal, which is good, and I've had to come here multiple times. Let's clear that one. This one. Okay. I just saw a poppy go through. Oh, and I just stole some iron. There we go. So that works. How high are we? Okay, we just barely got to this one. I filled that one up myself. Okay, so I moved a lot of the because it more goes into the left hand than the right, so I just kind of stacked it up so it would look more even. All right, that works. Good. And then I did notice something. I should change those. I went ahead and I was talking about how I noticed that there was not a lightning rod over there. Well, I went over, flew over, used my scaffolding to get up to there and changed that top one out to a lightning rod. And I didn't put a lantern on top. I thought about doing that, but over here we had these 3 with a copper block. These are waxed, so they don't change colors, but they have lanterns on top. And I had a black cat over here on this little island. And this morning when I got up and started looking at my map here, this cat who had been labeled Frank had been struck by lightning and died. And I'm going, hey, I've got lightning rods really close. It should have snagged it, but it didn't. So I took the center 2 off, and I'm hoping that will, I think it's like a range of 64 radius from the lightning rod, so that should protect most of this area. I do need to set up a lightning rod over there, and let's run over. I think I'll do the same thing. I'll take out those middle lights. How many of these are labeled? Oh no, you don't have a label on. A lot of these, I had a whole bunch of name tags from fishing, so I went ahead and did like a bunch of them named Franks. So yeah, this should protect from a region around. And I kind of like those little soul lanterns up there just to change the color. Everything's very orangey red through here, and then we got a little bit of bluish stuff up there, just a little leftover bit from the flying saucers that are missing. Okay, so there, now I feel much better with a non flying saucerly sort of base. Let's take a look from a distance over here. Yes, that looks much better. So much better. Okay. It stands out. It's impressive. I like the look of it, but it doesn't have the distraction of those flying saucers, which were brilliantly lit up. I put lots of torches and lanterns and things in there to light that up. Um, I would like something else up there to kind of hide that. That's why I put the flying saucer in the first place. So I wouldn't see this uh, setup for the iron farm, but it's okay. It works. And getting up there now that I'm a little bit better with the elytra and the rockets, it was so much easier. Although there's not an easy landing pad up there when there's not a bowl to land in. All right, so I do like lighting up my bases a lot. I'm not a big fan of the torches on the ground, but this is temporary just because I don't have a building here yet. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do I want to set up my sorting hut or build a base building first? I think the sorting... I can't right click. There we go. I would use this hand. I think a sorting hut first before the building, particularly since I had to add on 2 more double drawers just full of loot, plus of other stuff from down there. And I need to repair my items again. Went to the end and repaired them. I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. Ooh. Now that I'm looking at it, I've got 3 light blue glass across the bottom. I think it would look better if it's were white on the sides and then the light blue was just in the center. I don't think I'm going to do that anytime soon. Done enough. All right. Well, I kind of like how it's looking. I really do. And vanilla is fun. I miss a few things. I miss being able to /home or /spawn or things like that. That I really do like. I really like creative flight. However that's arranged with a ring or whatnot. I really like creative flight. It makes building and deconstructing stuff like that so much easier to do. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that really makes me happy. Creative flight and being able to jump around the map a little bit easier. Particularly if somebody says, hey, could you come help? I'd love to be able to just, TP air, one of those sort of commands to zip right there and help them. As it is right now, I have to kind of march across the map. That's okay. It's been loads of fun. Anyway, this has been Grok here, playing on the FTOG supporter vanilla server and having a blast, just fixing something that had been bugging me for a long time, that flying saucer arrangement up there. Pretty nice, just not really fits the theme of this area, which means I've got to figure out what sort of medievally sort of stone and wood setup to do over here. No idea. Thanks for watching.